Well, we made it to Glacier National Park. I don't think Glacier got the memo that it's July. It's cold, windy, and raining. We're all suited up. Look at us.
Getting ready to go for a hike, and we walk out the door when it was sunny. We got about, I don't know, 100 feet down the road, and it started raining.
Yeah, we're still in the campground. We didn't even make it to a hiking trail.
So we're gonna turn around and head back to the trailer and wait it out.
So far we've done one puzzle, played countless games of gin rummy.
There's no internet, so we can't do any of that.
No power hookup, so we can't even turn the TV on and watch movies. We're having a great time. No, honestly, this place is beautiful.
Even without getting out and doing the hikes, it's just a beautiful place to be.
It is, and we're just waiting out the weather so that we can get out and enjoy it. All right, it's the same day, and we decided to do it.
Despite the crappy looking weather, it's still sunny at the moment, so we're gonna go for it.
Yeah, it's iffy. It's like, I'm pretty sure we're definitely gonna get wet a few times on this hike. But we've been in the trailer. We got here Thursday. So we've been in the trailer Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, playing cards and putting together puzzles. So yeah, we're to the point where we're ready to chance getting soaking wet on this trail.
We brought our rain gear with us, so if it rains too much, we'll pull it out. We should be all right.
Yeah, I'm sure it's okay. It's 30% chance of rain. In Florida, that's like every day. In Montana, that appears to be, you're gonna get wet.
Appears to be 90%.
We are hiking around to Medicine Lake, halfway around, and then from that halfway point you can hike another couple of miles up to
Medicine Lake.
Yeah, so I think that's the plan, and then you can hike back to Medicine Lake and catch a ferry across the lake if you're too lazy to walk back, which I think is our plan. I think in total it should be somewhere around 7.5 miles. So TJ and I have been on a moose hunt for years. And guess what? We saw a moose! So yeah, Glacier is my new favorite place because they gave us a moose on our first hike. Pretty stoked about that.
Pretty cool.
Now TJ upped the ante and wants to see a male moose.
With the antlers.
He's never happy. So yeah, great start to the hike. We've gotten wet a couple of times, but
just
nothing.
Light sprinkles, nothing bad.
Yeah, nothing bad, totally manageable. We've also warmed up quite a bit. Both of us have shed our jackets. So yeah, having a good time. Feels good to be outside. Well, we're getting rained on.
Our gamble didn't pay off.
No, we actually were getting hailed on earlier. That was a new experience.
Little tiny hail though.
Yeah, yeah, they were just little baby hail. But
yeah, so we got another probably 2 miles left to go. And it's drizzling. But it's alright, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. We decided to skip the upper to Medicine Lake trail today since the weather is uncooperative, and we're just doing the whole hike around the entire to Medicine Lake. So still about a 7-mile hike though.
Yeah. We're back.
30% chance of rain my butt. It's rainy out there.
30% chance it won't rain.
Yeah, it's that was a bit more weather than I was looking for. But it was an adventure, right?
And we made it. So that's all that counts.
So there are no hookups or bathrooms anywhere in Glacier National Park. So we've been conserving our fresh water by not bathing. Using wet wipes.
Not using the shower anyway.
Right, exactly. So I think today is the day to wash my hair and perhaps take a sponge bath, because we still plan on being here for at least another 4 or 5 days.
Today is the first day of actually good weather. The sun is shining. It's going to get into the
60s, mid-60s
yeah,
today.
mid-60s today, and then the rest of the week is supposed to be really nice. So we're going to stay here another few days.
Right, so
another 3 days.
No, more than that. Today's Wednesday, and I think we're probably going to stay till Sunday.
Maybe Sunday.
Anyways, we need a shower. That's what we're getting at. We need to get, like, clean. Like, I need to wash my hair. But we still don't want to just take regular showers. We don't want to use that much water.
We don't want to fill our gray tank, and we don't want to use the water we have in our freshwater tank.
So, what we're doing is...
I'm boiling some water in our jet boil to conserve on propane and electricity, which you just boiled.
Yep.
And I'm mixing it in the bathroom in a bucket with cold water. And I'm going to take a sponge bath. Just totally weird. Totally weird to say, but that's what's happening.
So I'm actually going to attempt to wash my hair in a bucket, a larger bucket than TJ is using to take a sponge bath in. Yeah, so this is our lives now.
And out of the house.
We've been here, what was originally going to be maybe a half a week stop has turned into what will likely end up being a week and a half stop. So yeah, the weather kind of messed us up this time, but yeah, thankfully we have the freedom to stick it out and wait for better weather. Just to be clear, when we lived in a regular house, not full-time in our RV, boondocking as much as we have been, we did take showers every day. It wasn't like it is now. This campground that we're staying in does have a dump station and a water fill station. So if we were willing to hitch up and drive to the dump station and the fill station, we could use our shower like normal, but
it's really a pain to do that.
Of course, when you're moving on to a new spot, that's a different story. It's no big deal to hitch up and move on, but to do that, to leave for 15-20 minutes just to come right back to the exact same spot, for some reason we're like,
get reset up all over again and re-leveled and unhitched.
It just seems awful.
It's just a pain.
We just don't really want to do it. It's we'd rather go a few days between showers. Oy.
Or take,
use wet wipes.
Wet wipes and sponge baths.
This road is crazy. Yeah, and the sponge bath today worked surprisingly well. I feel really refreshed and clean.
So much better.
Oh, yeah. Being clean is nice. We have definitely have cabin fever. We are ready to be out of that trailer.
Just walking to the dumpster to get rid of the trash is like a highlight of the day, just to get outside.
So today, we're not the only ones with cabin fever. These guys back here, the pups, they need to get out of the trailer too. So Because we're in a national park and unfortunately the dogs aren't allowed on the trails, I think today we're gonna do a car ride up to Many Glacier, which is on the northeastern side of the park, and a place that we had originally hoped to stay. They have a campground up there, and we had wanted to spend half the week into Medicine Campground, where we are now, and the other half of the week maybe up in the Many Glacier campground. But I think our plans have evolved with the weather and the fact that once you get up to the Many Glacier campground, there's no way to pull your rig across to the western side of the park. We towed our trailer all the way up to the Many Glacier campground. We would then have to come all the way back down around and back up to the west side.
We've also talked to quite a few people now that have either stayed at Many Glacier. Those that we've talked to have said that they've enjoyed this campground 100 times more than Many Glacier.
Yeah,
Many Glacier seems to be more popular, which also makes it more crowded. We've also heard that we'd have to get there at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to get in line to hopefully get a spot.
So many factors against going and staying up there that in the end it made more sense just to day trip it up there to check it out. So we're going to take a look and see what this area is all about. We are having some trouble with the van. We made it almost up to Many Glacier and noticed a sound coming from what seems to be the front passenger side wheel area. I don't know if it's the brakes or the bearings or what, but we're pulled off on the side of the road right now, and TJ's seeing if he can figure out what the problem is. So what is it?
Looks like a wheel bearing.
Well, that was a pain.
And it's not fixed. Turns out it looks like it's a wheel bearing. At first I thought it was the brake caliper not releasing, but I pulled the caliper off completely and it was still making the noise, and you can feel it's tight. So unfortunately it's not a roadside repair, and looks like our first day out and of nice weather and beautiful stuff is going to turn into a searching for a mechanic in the middle of nowhere.
And it's the 4th of July, so there's no way it's happening today. And unfortunately, we are between an hour and a half away from our campground. So we have no choice but to drive it all the way back.
We've got no service here. I can't even call a tow truck if I wanted to. So we're going to limp it back. When we get into service, we'll start looking for a reputable shop in town and see if we can get it replaced.
So, long story short, we're having some fairly rotten luck here between the weather and now the wheel bearing and the van. But
that's part of it.
Yeah.
We knew something like this would happen eventually, so.
Right. And, you know, thankfully, knock on wood, it's not something that makes it undrivable. I mean, it would be ideal not to drive it. But
fortunately, we're not dead in the water here. We can move, we can get out of here, we can get to cell service and see what we can do there. So that's what we're gonna do.